Okay, so here we are with another SBR run. This is Peppy Gals. Now, I originally didn't think to do it. I was like, this is kind of pointless. Mainly because the team is so overpowered and the stage is so easy. I was like, I don't think this really is anything anyone would even care to watch. But it is, I guess, just satisfying to watch them run through this just so easily, making the stage a joke. And I also have never used launch or showcase her at all, so I was like, you know what, this would be a good time. Because I noticed my friend list, someone has launch right there in the front. Their launch is 79%. Now, if you notice, it'll come up, you'll see my launch is not maxed out. I have no Kais. I think I have her SA2 because I got like a Dozy Kai from something. She's SA2, so I can't max her out. She would only be 55%, but we can still see her. So she's starting out at 8.9. Now, no, it's not the highest attack stat, but she's going to seal, she's going to lower attack and defense, and she can attack up to 4 times, which is insane. So, sure that one attack stat isn't high, but when you add them all up, it's around like what, high 3s, 3.8 almost attack stat, which is really good. Yes, he might only coming in at 400k because, you know, very, very weak. And then the middle unit, I was really torn because I didn't want to bring her. I wanted to bring Kefla, but when I look at the whole roster, I'm like, Kefla's the only person that doesn't make sense to bring, because this Tech Khalifa can dodge, guaranteed. This Kale is going to guard, so putting them together is godlike. The LR, if this was extreme, maybe I then would drop the LR. I don't know, though, because I lose a lot of health. This team is only a 120% lead, so they don't have a lot of health. Like, what was it? Like, barely I'm not even at 300k, I'm like right under it. So, once Extreme comes out, then I maybe would have to make some considerations. But even then, I still don't think I would bring, I still don't think I'd bring Kefla, which sucks. Because I love that unit, and I never get to use it. She's not good in long events, and she's not good at short events, so it's like, she's good for Dokkan events. Well, that doesn't mean anything, so. I think we didn't spend really anything on her. I got her very easily. So we're setting out already in the next fight. I think this is actually one of my faster videos. This will be pretty quick. She also, Ribrianne, lowers attack and defense. I think she does it by 10% per Peppy Gals, up to 30%, so this is a full team, so we get 30%. And then Oceanus is also the god. But I end up keeping them two on rotation, and I do float Oceanus around, which kind of pains me to see, but I really wanted to drop Ribrianne and keep Oceanus around, but then I'm like, well, I mean, it's like, so, like, you don't even have to think about it. Like, how could you want to debuff the enemy team? I mean, that's a given. So we keep her on anyway. One, two. No, we get a 4th? 4. There you go. So we have 3 super attacks, all lowering this Gohan's attack. So this Gohan's attack has been just diminished. Look at that, double digits. And then this does, you know, very little because she has such high stats. I'm actually gonna pull her up right now. Oceanus coming out here real nice. Get that seal, we get that double guaranteed, because they're a really good combo, by the way. Because if the enemy attack is lowered, she has a guaranteed double. And with Ribrianne, that's part of her passive. They work really nicely together. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so launch is starting out at 120% attack and defense, key plus 3, and an additional attack and defense 60%. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which have a high chance. Now in this case, high chance is 50%. High chance of becoming a super attack. And a high chance again, 50% of performing a crit for 6 turns from the start of turn. Seals the attacked enemy's super attack when there's another Peppy Gals category ally attacking in the same turn. So that seal is actually part of her passive. So if for whatever reason you had her on a different team other than Peppy Gals, which, I mean, I guess you could. She is a good unit. She's very self-sufficient as well. If you had her on a different team, if you ever noticed that seal doesn't occur, that would be why. If you didn't have another Peppy Gals. Kale comes out here, just doing so much damage, taking no damage. This whole stage is a joke. Yeah, and running double launch is just unbelievable. I can't imagine how. I can't imagine the extreme stage actually really being difficult with items. Without items, I'm sure it looked very difficult when I watched Truth do it. But yeah, with items, I really don't think it's going to be that bad. It's still going to be fine just because of how insanely overpowered these units are going to be. Just so many attacks. Like, it's just insane. Constantly critting. Like, Launch owns it. There's no question. Launch destroys this game mode. Oceanus. Now, this is where I was like, I thought about this ending fight, and it's like I didn't really want the Khalifa here, because now there's no Pure Saiyan, there's no Universe Survival Saga enemy. That guaranteed dodge is gone. She still will raise attack and defense from supering, but now her passive, she still has a chance to dodge, but now it's different. So now, instead of it being guaranteed, she gets a chance to evade the enemy attack 8% per Universe 6 or Peppy Gals category ally on the team. So now that changes. So now the full Peppy Gals, was it 6 people? So that's a 48% chance, right? Quick math, 48%. I don't know if Universe 6 calculates on top of that. Hold on. Yes, it does actually work that way. So it's actually more. So I'm not gonna do the math thing because that's because this with her, Kale, the LR. Is that it? No, and Brienne 4. So then it would be 8, 16, 24, 32. It's more math than I can do off the top of my head. So it's a lot. So it's definitely, I'm guessing, it's got to be at least over 60% chance that she's going to dodge, which is very good. That there's still, you can't complain about that. That's still insane. Which is also why she dodged in that turn. And then, yeah, at this point, the only person we're worried about is the STR unit because of the Fizz units we have. But that doesn't matter because she's going to nerf his attack so much, he really won't do anything from normals because he's also sealed. So it's only normal attacks, and he's going to do what? 70s double digits. He's doing nothing. It's done. So, super easy run. As I knew it would be, which is why I kind of thought about not doing it, but I didn't. I thought, you know what though, I haven't used launch before, so this is going to be a cool time for me to use launch and actually show her up a bit, because she really is insane. I'm really mad I did not record pulling her. I did not have her before this Rising Banner that just came out, and I remember this, it was just a random summon. I said to myself, and on Twitter, I was not doing a summon for her because it wouldn't be worth it. It's still not worth it, but she is really good. But just the odds of you getting her are just so little, it's not worth using your stones. Especially because we have a lot coming up. There's a real good chance Heroes is going to come up. I would be shocked if they don't do it as a dual collaboration. If they make it JP only, that honestly would be very, very dumb. That would be extremely dumb if they did that, because Dragon Ball Heroes needs to make the money, right? This is their 10th anniversary, so when they do these collabs, they need to make money. So if they're not gonna put them on the same celebration together with us, with global, they're losing money, because once the hype goes away for these units, sure, we'll still summon, you know, if they're top tier, but if they're not, you're losing people. Not to mention some people, you know, what, in 6 months from now, because that's usually how long this stuff takes, stop playing the game. Maybe they get into a funk where they don't want to play anymore. They don't want to spend. You know, that's where you start catching these people because they waited so long, and now you just lost out on all that extra revenue. We actually beat our time right there because launch is just insane. And Oceana is also insane, who didn't really get too much showtime because I kept off-rotating her. But that's it for this video. Super easy, super quick. Next, I believe, is going to be Patara. That was the next one I did. Another easy one, too. I'm just actually enjoying doing this. Plus, I don't have anything else to do on Global, so that's why I'm doing these. These all have been done before, so I'm kind of just, I guess, catching my channel up. I'm going to come up to a point where I won't be able to probably beat a stage because I don't have the right units, or I won't have them rainbowed, or whatever it is. Because if you noticed, a lot of my units don't have, they're not rainbowed. They're not rainbowed. In this video, I had units that weren't even SA10, you know? And there are other runs that are more difficult that I still have that same situation, so it's interesting to see how far I'll go. But yeah, that's it for this one. Like, sub, all the good stuff. Let me know down below what you guys think, or if there's anything else you'd want to see. Thanks. Peace.